Advocacy starts with your story. Your story, my story, and everyone else's stories add up to the big story we are telling ourselves about the Earth. Over time, our collective stories will guide us to sustainable prosperity and well-being, or to total destruction. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start with your personal story about the Earth you live on. What events have touched your heart? Was it a brilliant sunset over the ocean? The birth of an animal or child? Did you have a favorite place outdoors? Where do you spend your free time? Is there a place in nature where you go to connect with your soul? Have you felt the loss of a favorite place? Or the loss of something you loved to do, like swimming in a lake that's now too polluted for swimming? Or the loss of something that sustained you, like fishing for a living? Your personal story about connecting with the Earth, whether that story is about love or loss, is the starting place for advocacy. You may think stories are too touchy-feely, less important than facts, or weaker than your carefully crafted argument about your issue. This chapter will show you the opposite is true. It will show you how a well-crafted story is one of the most powerful tools in the advocate's toolbox. Let's start with my story. There was a 60-acre farm in back of my house where I loved to play as a child. There were woods filled with giant oaks, fields of hay, and a tiny pond with a stream that ran in at one end and out the other. We named the stream Rushing Water Brook and made T-shirts with the written name on them with magic markers. It was a child's paradise. My best friend Faith and I played there every afternoon after school. One day, when I was about 10, Faith and I went out to play and found the once clear stream had turned a menacing shade of opaque, milky orange. You could no longer see the bottom of the foot-deep stream. The pond had a plume of ugly orange where the stream flowed in. Just up the hill from the pond was a construction site. An enormous 6-story building was being constructed on one of the farm fields, and the stream was polluted by the construction. My friend and I felt betrayal, anger, and sadness. We were horrified. How could the grown-ups do something so destructive? Would there be any fish left in our little pond this summer? Would everything we loved about our playing place be destroyed? We were scared and outraged. We told our parents. They gave no answers. And it just got worse. The pond we loved was turned into a swimming pool with a bright turquoise bottom. The stream was bulldozed into an unnatural ditch beside the pool. The frogs we used to scare disappeared. We stopped playing there. This experience left me with an indelible memory and a powerful story about the careless pursuit of human goals. It stole my innocence. I'd seen firsthand how carelessness can kill wildlife and exterminate the beauty and bounty of nature. In my parents' lack of response, I could also see that people allowed this without fighting back. What is your story? How might it connect with your views of the Earth today? Your authentic story that shares the details of your human experience, complete with feelings, thoughts, sights, sounds, and dialogue, can touch the heart of a decision-maker and be a powerful influence. I teach college courses in environmental advocacy. At the beginning of each course, I ask students to write a love letter to the Earth. You might try this yourself. I ask them to go to a natural area and take off their shoes, turn off all electronic devices, and listen. I ask them to listen for what is near and what is far, and try to describe what they hear in words. I ask them to breathe deeply and focus on what they smell. I ask them to touch the trunk of a tree and the grass under their feet, and then to describe what touching a living thing feels like and what thoughts this brings to mind. I'll ask if they heard any messages from the Earth.